from 117, and I'm joined by Hedgie Towns tonight. We are seeing up first in our first game, De La Salle College, based in New South Wales, here on the red side, sorry. And then we have Mount Gravatt State High School on the blue side tonight. Hedgie, how are we feeling?
Fantastic. These students, they've been working hard all day. They've been going to their classes, and they've came home. And now the real journey begins, all right? The important stuff begins. This League of Legends game between De La Salle High School, and Mount Gravatt High School. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. Let's see how it goes. GP already off the board. It's a pretty high mechanical champion taken away.
I would like to even think that some of these kids might even be at school. They might be in the computer lab with their coach right now, getting ready for this. And we can already see in the chat that there's a few people saying, "Imagine not banning Lulu." But I don't want to give any spoilers away. But we have done the pro draft before this, Hedgie. So both these teams should be smashing through this pick and ban phase. But last ban there is going to be the Volley Bear.
Yeah, well, we obviously should just have them picking all their champions in their roles. It won't be any of the flex stuff that we would normally have. And Darius to be taken up, that's really aggressive to see. That might have actually been a pick that they picked a bit later in the draft, because blind picking it would be quite interesting. And the set going into that as well. So some really heavy bruiser, big damage, big melee damage top laners coming through already in the draft. So this will be interesting to see that one. That's going to be an aggressive lane for both champions.
I'll actually tell you right now, it was a second pick Darius, and he did do it blind as well. So,
well, coach, by the way. But we do have Udia and LinkedIn, two champions being. This is very heavy AD already for Mount Gravatt. I can't speak English, alright. I did this assignment yesterday. Mount Gravatt. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Nico.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, we're in business. I had an assignment yesterday, and it had all these long animal names, and it's just I just can't say a word anymore. But Oriana now the pick, so she does already have two ball carriers in the Lee Sin and the set. Bit of a basketball reference there, Cooper. A bit of a ball carrier, no point guard. But
I like that.
Yeah, me too. The old point guard, Steph Curry coming out here shooting some threes, but Oriana can place that ball, get the good shockwave with Lee Sin in the set. A lot of ability to get a good team fight off because of that. And Zed actually picked, so that's some very aggressive picks already on the board.
You could also say Set Curry if you wanted there. Hedgie, another basketball reference. I got him there. But no, what do you think of this team here right now? You got a Darius, you got an Udi, and you got a Zed, a very AD-based team. You've got a lot of attack damage coming out. Obviously, Zed's looking like that's going to be a mid lane, Darius top, and the Udi is going to be in the jungle. There's not a whole lot of AP that we can see come out from this team. I mean, you are seeing Darius as quite a big frontliner with the Tristana as well for T1 Teddy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they throw Zyra or something into the bot lane, maybe get some AP, but they might just go with the Lulu. That is a good combo. The Tristana Lulu is a pretty well-known bot lane duo. Hasn't been seen recently too much, but is something that teams go to a lot. And yeah, probably just going to favor De La Salle's comp just objectively, just because they don't have they have AP in their comp with the Oriana, so it is easier for them to itemize. But they don't have heaps of major tanks. Now, Lee Sin, Set, and Thresh can be pseudo-tanky, but they are not champions that are just going to, be really beefy front lines. So that may not have as big an effect, but it's going to be really down to these solo lanes, two pretty aggressive solo lanes for Mount Gravatt. So if they are able to get ahead in the early game with the Zed and the Darius, it's going to be very hard to stop.
And I mean, like you said, they don't have any AP or big AP scaling here, obviously, apart from the Lulu. But like you said, the Lulu Tristana is a really good matchup. A team, I should say. But then you've got someone like the Zed and the Udyr and the Darius that once Lulu can jump onto them, a couple of crazy wild growths, while really in the backline, I can imagine I think it's the Tide Caller to be coming out from Darius. I actually do not play Darius even a slight amount, but I do know that he likes to use that item to get into my backline. So, mattering how Dextrox here plays with the Lee Sin, and like we were talking about the ball carriers on the set as well, really comes down to how the shockwaves that are going to be available to Loco de Coco.
Yeah, so I believe there were two diamond, or there might have been one like really high plat and one diamond player on
Mm.
De La Salle. So I'm thinking the Lee Sin was one, so that will actually be a tough thing to deal with, like a higher ranked Lee Sin. Usually going to be pretty mechanically active and going to have a lot of ability to get some ganks going, but he does have a reasonably hard game just with the Tristana jump, the Lulu ult, the polymorph. If she does use that ability right, she has a lot of ways to shut down multiple members of De La Salle. So it will be interesting. I mean, his name is T1 Teddy, so I mean, it's got to be pretty good. All right, he's got to perform here. But yeah, I'm going to slightly favor again De La Salle. They also have I think kind of ease of execution. They have more point and click ultimates. They have a bit more of the team fighting edge, just with that Orianna Shockwave in particular, and the Thresh engage is very easy. You just place that down. You almost guaranteed to get something going into team fights. So when you have two teams that are probably gonna, look to butt heads a lot, that does begin to favor the team that has a bit more of the ease of execution, and that in this game does go over to De La Salle. So that's my take. But you never know, if that Darius and Zed do get ahead, it's going to be that rhymed. Oh god, it's going to be very scary.
Oh yeah, 100%. Where do you think before we go to a short break here, Hedgie, where do you think First Blood is going to go real quick?
So you ask me this every time, Keeper. But I think it's going to go to Dr. Dog Respect on the Udia. I think he's going to have he's going to do something crazy, all right, and gank the Darius, and the Darius is going to actually no, I changed my answer, Cooper. I changed it. Right, maybe I think it will be mid lane to Zed.
You think Zed's going to get it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So I'm always
I like the idea that Dextrox, if you are right and Dextrox is the diamond player, I do expect him to get a kill. Probably looking at the top lane over the mid lane. But as we do say that, that 30-second mark has been crossed. We're going to take a very short break here in this game against De La Salle and Mount Gravatt High School. We'll be back very shortly with the game. Welcome back to the Meta Esports High School League. My name is Cooper Triple 117, and I'm joined by Hedgie. And in our first game tonight, we do see Mount Gravatt High School here on the blue side, and De La Salle reigning from New South Wales here on the red side. As you can see, De La Salle camping in this river bush, but they're going for the 5-man invade, and T1 Teddy could be in a bit of trouble here, Hedgie.
He's going to get away. So obviously, gonna get into a quick explanation for the Set Curry. All right, the 3-pointer. All right. So essentially, what Set can do is it can do the ultimate. They've actually displayed this in basketball a lot. When they pass to Seth Curry for the 3-point shot. Obviously, it's very, very similar to League of Legends. But Set, if he gets an ultimate on one of the tanks, he'll get a lot more damage on his ultimate. A big slow as well on multiple members, and if Ori is then able to put the ball on Set, she can actually shield and then cast the shockwave off that. Should allow them to have a big team fight win, and that's kind of why, in the terms of the team fight sense as well, De La Salle do have a lot of good options. So we'll have to see what they can actually accomplish in these team fights. But both junglers just starting off with their red buffs. Lee Sin should look to go more aggressive, and Udia should be more of the full clear variety.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. We were talking about it pre-game here about where these junglers are gonna start heading. I mean, by the looks of it, it's gonna be Lee Sin towards blue side, and Udia towards red side.
Oh no, it's right. No, it really feels bad, man, when you walk up for that level 1 hook. Should go well, and then you miss it, and get chunked. It happens.
Looks like Zed is having a couple of connection issues, but hopefully they get sorted, because otherwise this Orianna is going to have a very free win in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's alright. This Zed's so good. He's actually he's in MSI, and he's just playing from MSI. So he's just like he's having a few ping issues. He's like, guys, I'm in Iceland. Yeah. This might might struggle a bit on the ping. So to start.
I like how, we are seeing a bit of a scrap in the top lane. The face breaker is dodged. The flash being used by Mokel, but 2400, I'm going to call him. I'm going to say 2400 maybe even. Doing a heap of damage there with the hemorrhage on the passive, and then Mokel forced to flash. He did try and get the... But yeah, 2400 was able to walk just directly out of that and smack some damage down. So, gonna have to be very careful in the top lane now.
With the option to go for a little cheater recall. They're a bit of a very highly advanced mechanical lane where you would just back in that situation, but doesn't go for it. But this is what Darius does in the lane. He can assert a lot of pressure. He can get a lot of good trades down, and when you volunteer to handshake those types of trades,
the Haymaker will connect this time though.
Yeah,
hemorrhage will be a bit of damage.
The town range, right? Oh, what the hell is that?
A flash on the spot, and a ghost was used there as well by 2400. Both summoners down, but Udia wants this. Mokel very low on health, but Dr. Dog Respect will not.
Mid lane.
Go for it. Oh, as we are seeing 4250 gonna go down, and I called it there, Hedgie. Lee Sin into the mid lane for Orianna to get the first blood. Top lane again, Dr. Dog. Mokel has the hemorrhage on him, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop. There's fights on the map everywhere right now, Hedgie. Bot lane taking a little bit of damage. But it's still only going to be 0-1 here with that kill going over to Lee Sin.
Yeah, I think you should be the coach and not me, Cooper, because you're going to get another prediction right there. Lee Sin does actually get the first blood, so I was just completely wrong. Said just trying to flash over the wall, just missed it, sadly. Isn't able to get away in the end. Having a bit of struggles in this mid lane, but yeah. Playing really aggressive into that top lane. Sets on a really good job to keep the DS up.
There's a great flame through the rocket jump as well. They are going to look to turn it, but T1T could be in a heap of trouble here. They're just smashing him with damage. The rocket jump is going to be there as well. The flash for Dr. Asian China is going to be able to block the zap there, but a good flash coming from Lemonade, and going to get the flay, and that's going to be a kill for Prodigy.
What a flay! Flays the Tristana out of the rocket jump. Fantastic execution on that mechanical play by Lemonade. It's in a bit of a it's set in a bit of a nice way. I like that name.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. But able to find that, and the pressure that Darius and Udio have asserted top lane just not coming up to fruition. They have not been able to execute well enough to actually get a kill, and Set's maintaining a CS. Well, not a lead, but staying even at this point has been a really good accomplishment considering he has had Udia in his lane a long time, and Darius has been super aggressive, so doing a good job, and DLSL picking up a few early kills, doing quite well so far in the game. As
4250 could be in a bit of trouble here. Look at Dextrox doing heaps of damage to him, and there's Doko just throwing the ball out. As we'll say, another basketball reference, throwing it to the 3-point line to secure that kill. And this is the what am I trying to say here, Hedgie? The snowball that they don't really want to happen. I mean, Oriana has a kill. You've got Prodigy on the Jinx with a kill. I mean, we've all seen how fed Jinx can be and how strong she can be once at that point. So having a champion like that is going to be spooky, and it's really up to Dr. Dog here to try and cut them down.
Yeah, and doing a good job to get the champions that they really need to execute their game-winning team fight well ahead. Oriana and Jinx both having leads.
Good pull in from
super important. Oh, nice, yeah. Little trade in the top lane, but Darius is very low on health and mana, so this could even be a dive opportunity. But Zed is roaming up to look for something. If Zed did look for a dive, but he's not going to. He's going to back off.
Dude, he's on his way there too.
Yeah, kind of caught in no man's land now, and Ori's probably going to try to shove the wave and force him to come back into the lane. Or we might just look for a solo kill here. This could be dangerous, though. Okay, he's not going to do it. But,
look at Dextrox in the mid lane, though. He wants this, but he's not going to take it, I don't think.
Yeah, you can see a lot of aggression being placed down by the Lee Sin in the lanes. Darius really trying to execute on some plays. But Set does have the Bramble Vest, and it just makes it so hard for Darius to make these aggressive trades and these aggressive plays when you get a bit behind on an aggressive pick like this. You have to find other ways, not just trying to fight this Set to actually come back into the game, because with that Bramble Vest, you take away a lot of the damage Darius actually does, and he doesn't really have the resources right now without a good gank from the Udia or the Zed to take down this Set. So it's a bit of a struggle right now for this Darius in the top lane.
Eyes on Lemonade here. He's looking for a death sentence. No, it's just sometimes Hedgie. It's better to not throw the hook than throw the hook. You know, it's the very big zoning ability that really does spook the enemy. And as we just saw there, both China and T1 Teddy had to back off just because they were scared.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good threat, and the fact that Thresh, why is such a stable pick, particularly us casting some sock in a lot of these tournaments and a lot of Thresh in OCE. He's picked a lot, right? And across the world, really, as well.
Oh, Ghost popped in the top lane. 2400 is looking to go fast. Hemorrhage is there. Flash being pulled by Mokul. Is going to be able enough. He does get the spin to win. And there's the ultimate for 2400, just chunking down Mokul.
Yeah, he does a really good job there to get a kill back. Has, again, limited resources, not doing as well in the lane as he could be. A lot of armor on this set already with the Bramble Vest, but he manages to find the solo kill. So fantastic work there in the top lane. And yeah, I was just kind of saying, like, Thresh is a very solid pick. He has the Lantern for the safety, and he can also play aggressive with his engages. So he does kind of go both ways, and it's why he's such a staple champion and just so many elos and so many tournaments, and over the years has been a pick that we've seen a whole bunch. But a trade of objectives here, Udia in the top lane picking up that Rift Herald, and Lee Sin picking up that Dragon. So if Udia can get a lot of gold off that Rift Herald, maybe get a full turret or something, it will probably be worth, but we'll have to see how he actually uses that, because it's always important to see that use, and if it outweighs the Dragon.
Talking about how Thresh is a good staple pick, I mean, you've also got to look at it in this team setting too. I mean, you've got the Lee Sin there, so using something like the Lantern to get the Lee Sin in, so that both both the kick and the jump are available for more mobility is always good. But look at 4250 here, possibly looking for a gank. Or a counter gank even, as we see in the top lane. 2400 is going back at Mokul, but he's got full hemorrhage stacks. There's the showstopper right at the tower, but not going to matter. Dextrox is going to go down to 4250. Prodigy's being focused here. Dr. Asian was had to use the wild growth on himself, but T1 going very far in. He's using the buster shop. He's not going to be enough, but Prodigy is looking to keep going. Not going to be enough. Lemonade is going to try and stay alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 4250 wants this last kill. The slow from Dr. China will get that kill, and in the top lane, 4250 and Dr. Dog respect are going to try and tower dive. Hemorrhage is on. Flash being called, not going to be enough from poor Mokul, and I think that could be top lane looking like it's going to go down.
And Mount Gravatt High School making some massive plays across the map in top lane, finding that dive and kill on set. Multiple plates in for Darius, gets to shove in a few waves as well and get his CS advantage going. Really, really good work there. Didn't have the ultimate available, so not as easy to make that play happen, but they do in the end. And bot lane winning a multi-person fight as well. Zed getting a few kills on the ball. Another solo kill!
Oh my lord, 2400 just absolutely running through this team. 3-0 now, and we were talking about how you really had to shut down Prodigy on the Jinx and even Loco to Dakoko on Oriana. But now that's a 3-0 Darius in the top lane and a 3-2 Zed in the mid lane, Hedgie.
Out of absolutely nowhere as well, getting down early in CS in terms of tempo, but the fight's just really continuing here, aren't they, in this bot lane?
Yeah.
And Udyr coming in, charging in at this pushed up bot lane, but the control ward is there. Thresh probably going to be able to flail Lantern away in that situation as well, so not the best, but is looking for more aggression, and both teams really starting to put their names on the page as very, very even in terms of gold now. Darius and Zed being ahead, though, is their win condition, as we talked about in the champs.
Oh, look at all the damage coming up from 2400 right now. Look at him. Mokul cannot get away. There's nothing he can do. No flash available. Showstopper into his tower, but really good haymaker there. He might stay alive due to the shield. I think he might. That was a very good use of the Showstopper there to keep him alive, and then the haymaker to make sure the hemorrhage didn't take him down, but I think Ghost was called there as well by 2400 again. Oh yeah, in the bot lane, Lemonade trying to get out. Prodigy went down there too.
Yeah, real struggle all of a sudden, but you can see the advantage of, I believe Prodigy was definitely a diamond player. You can see the advantage of having he was 30 CS ahead, so even with these kills coming in.
Oh, look at 4250. The Shockwave will connect onto 4250, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Dextrox is there as well.
A lot of fighting.
Yeah, lots of fighting.
Yeah, definitely continuing as we go on, but both teams starting to really put their, put their, I can't remember what's the analogy, quote? Put their names on the page. I can't believe it, right? Both teams doing quite well now in this game. Very, very even in terms of the goal deficit, but both playing to their win conditions. They know, DLRSL seem to know that they're more of a team fighting team, trying to not take as many of these aggressive fights, while the Zed and the Darius, the early game aggressors for Mount Gravatt, and using that to their best advantage by getting them some leads.
Look at the damage coming out from Zed there. The Ignite is ticking, and I think that could be... No, sorry, Loco de Coco is going to be able to walk out with what looks about 80 health. Oh my goodness, 4250 would be very upset about that. But look at 2400, he's looking for it. Will not find it though.
Okay. I wasn't right about the whole, Zed getting first blood thing, but he is doing well now, and you can see why, he is a good pick. Just so easy to get onto those control mages and get some early kills. But the Dragon coming up, we may have a potential team fight. Kind of our first proper team fight. We've only really had skirmishes up until this point, so potentially with that second Dragon coming up, that might be enough for both of these teams to handshake a fight to try to get their advantage going in this game. If DLRSL do manage to capture that objective, they will have 2 Dragons and be on their way to a Soul, so that would be something that they're definitely going to look to take.
Yeah, and I mean, in a team like this that loves their team fights, you kind of really do want that Dragon. As I say that, Mokul 2400 just love to fight. Shockwave will connect on 4250 though, but Loco de Coco is looking like very low. Going to try and use the Face Rusher and is going to get out there as well. Dextrox back in the mid lane to help out, but Dr. Respect is looking for it. 4250 was so close there. Look at T1 Teddy going so hard in on Prodigy, but the heal is going to come out there as well to keep him alive.
Almost. With that Tristana ult, just going to make sure sometimes to not rocket them away too early, because it can actually lead them escaping sometimes. But
yeah,
Gage might come in here. Thresh using the Lantern to get Lee Sin in.
Oh yeah,
3v3.
It's 3v3 now. Zed's on his way down. Look at Dr. Respect. He's still just focusing that Dragon. Dextrox doesn't really want to fight this. Oh, the ultimate from Jinx is not going to get there in time though.
Yeah, but that's really, really good, insightful gameplay in terms of just trying to get the steal with the Jinx rocket. It's actually not, it's actually a pretty high chance of stealing as well. It is a very, very powerful ultimate to try to steal the Dragon with. Instead of trying to take a pretty unfavorable fight at that point, they did have the good positioning on that Dragon, so...
More fighting in the top lane, Hedgie. Oh, 2400 does miss the hook though. Showstopper into the backline. Flash coming from Mokel though. The hemorrhage damage, Hedgie. Look at that. It's too big. And I was right about the stride breaker. I think I told it the tide breaker, but I was close.
All right, we're pretty close. All right, it's
pretty close.
Look, one's got to do with the ocean. You know, one's got to do with walking, you know.
Strides.
It's pretty close. It's
walking.
Close. Yeah. But Lee Sin gonna capture the second Rift Herald.
Ooh, 4250 is not letting down on Loco de Coco. Shockwave will connect. There's Dextrock as well. The Shockwave that will connect there. Look at the flashes coming out. Good Dragon Rage there, and down goes 4250. Oh, Dextrock's going so hard in as well onto Dr. Dog Respect, but jumping back to the top lane. Mokel looking for it. Oh, the flash forward by 2400 to dodge the Haymaker. A huge spin to win into the ultimate to secure that kill.
Yeah, but the first turret will go down in mid lane with the Rift Tower being placed.
Oh, Dextrock.
Oh my lord.
Once Dr. Respect.
Dextrock.
Oh, second charge.
Oh my lord,
he's
going to
get there as well.
Like, he does not know when to stop. There will be a traded turret, so Darius is going to pick up that one after the solo kill on Sam. I'm talking very fast because I'm going to get interrupted by a fight soon, Cooper. You know it. Actually, might not. There's a lot of resets on the map, so might have a bit of a stop in the fighting for now, but yeah, some really aggressive plays. Lee Sin manages to pick up that Zed kill. Again, he's actually really been repeating that gank a lot, but as we continue into this mid game, it's going to be interesting to see how these team fights fold out. Can De La Salle find those good Orianna shockwaves? Can they find those front-to-back team fights that they so desire, or will a pick or two go over to the side of that Darius or that Zed early in the team fight? Because that could be what breaks the camel's... The straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, that's it.
In the team fights. If Darius does get one of those resets, he can kind of just take over with those hemorrhage stacks. So I have to see how they occur, but he might be able to chase
the stride breaker there. He's going to get the hook. The face breaker will not connect. Showstopper does. The slow then, meaning the spin to win will not get it. W is called. The hemorrhage is fully stacked now. The Noxian Guillotine is available, but he won't use it. He's seen Loco Doco there, I think. No, there was no vision. Just didn't want to get too far into the back line there. We've got 4 members of blue side here. Now Gravatt is the bot lane looking for something.
Yeah, just taking down that turret. But you probably also got a sense. I mean, Orianna wasn't on the wave mid lane. Thresh was in bot lane. Where could they be? Using no information as information. Very good awareness there, actually, by the Darius.
Yeah.
Not overextend. A lot of players... particularly around even like the low platinum to high platinum area would just go for the kill there, go aggressive, get taken down and lose that shutdown for it. So very good awareness to not die there. Orianna actually manages to pick up that turret, so good split pushing.
Ooh, 2400 with the stride breaker, and the hook will not connect though. But yeah, that second tower in the mid lane, that's tier 2 going down. But look how fast 4250 is. He does use the death mark there, Prodigy forcing the flash, but 4250 did not want to continue there. Yeah,
and that's just some really good macro by Orianna as well. Seeing 4 members move to the bot lane, manages to pick up that tier 2, continuing to try to build some gold into you, and that's what you do. If you're a solo laner, you see your laner move down and you can't commit to the fight. Maybe you don't have teleport, maybe you don't have the ability to fight the fight that you would teleport to. It's really good to just push turrets, get waves shoved in, because the enemy team's going to lose XP, and sometimes it's actually very worthwhile, particularly when they're all sharing XP to shove that wave. That would be a lot more worthwhile for the Orianna, because you get solo XP and solo gold, but doing a good job there, and now she's up in XP because of that play. So obviously you can see the good effect that it does have, but as the third dragon now comes up, might potentially have another fight. We'll see if this time De La Salle actually choose to handshake it, or they'll back away like last time. Or might have a reverse of the card, you know, where Mount Gravatt give it up. But I think they're definitely poised to fight this because of the aggressiveness they're down.
Yeah, I mean, De La Salle have got this team that is made for this team fight, Hedgie. So I'd really like them to see this. But like you've been saying, 4250 and 2400 are really good at getting. Just really taking them down. I mean, look how fast they're taking down the dragon. It's a double hook from 2400. He's sitting right on top of Prodigy. Blue team will get that dragon for 2400. The death mark going to Loco Doco. Prodigy still doing a heap of damage. Mokel, he's going to get the haymaker down. Ultimate from Prodigy. Not going to get anyone there, but look how slow these shots starting to pop off. 2400 cannot keep this going, and Prodigy will pick up a double kill there, I think, sorry. And Dextrock still chasing Dr. Dog Respect. Oh, a flash is not going to matter. I think Dextrock still will pick up that kill.
Wow, an amazing team fight by Salle. Originally get engaged, Jinx got really, really low to that Darius. Able to kind of actually get a trade kill
Prodigy
back.
does get a kill there. Sorry, get killed, I should say.
Yeah. Just going down off to the side there by the Zed, but really, really good start with the Darius. They're actually going to push down this mid and hit potentially as well off the back of this. But a massive shockwave landing on 3 people. That's the team fight we've been talking about through the champ select all game, finally coming to fruition. Lee Sin able to hop in afterwards, Set able to follow up as well. And then kind of just led to them being trapped in the dragon pit, very low on health after multiple massive ultimates hitting. And Jinx just able to start popping off, take down multiple members, and they lose a lot of objectives. And the dragon actually does go over to the side of Mount Gravatt, so at least they have that for themselves. But the gold advantage that the LSL get for them is so much more impactful, and take a really, really good team fight away there, and just really, really well played, doing what we said they need to do all game with those team fight ultimates, executing properly, and starting to take control of this game because of it.
Prodigy now has a Phantom Dancer completed as well as the Berserker Greave, so a lot of attacks coming out. I mean, like you were saying, Prodigy had a really good fight there. He was positioned well, and we can't sleep on Lemonade's ability to make sure that 2400 could not just stick on him and just completely leave him in the backside of that fight. Like, a lot of damage started coming down, and that's what forced 2400 to back off, and his focus was where it needed to be. That's on Prodigy, because now they realise that a lot of the damage is to be coming from there. But like you said, that 3-man shockwave that was called really put everyone in position, to have that big front line of Lee Sin, Set, and Thresh, and then just have Prodigy really run through them.
Yeah, definitely. So really, really well set up there, and they get a good team fight for themselves. And knowing that, might actually have a bit of a fight in the top lane. They're getting put out.
Top lane. Michael, he's doing a bit of damage, but look at 4250 and Dr. Dog Respect as well. Lemonade is there, but the Lantern isn't going to go, and I think he's just walked himself into certain death. He has the Noxian Guillotine going to try and take him down, but that's 2 members of De La Salle that they kind of needed to stay up.
Back and forth of this continues. Is Set going down to the top lane. Thresh just trying to save his friend there. Not going to be able to do it. Now the Baron is starting up. Orianna does have TP. She does have the shockwave available. She could get in here to try to steal this. She doesn't look like she's going to place it down as the Baron goes down to about 3k health.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be a freebie here unless Prodigy can... Oh my lord, as I say that, Lee Sin will steal the Baron away. Oh my goodness, De La Salle will pick up the Baron there for 4 members of their team, and Mount Gravatt will just have to watch them with this Baron buff.
The Darius ping his teammates, chilling smite there. The amount of times I've done solo queue, man, to myself because I'm the jungler. Really, really not. Oh, that is so sad for Mount Gravatt. They are going to lose the Baron, and suddenly DLR Salle 4k gold up. Suddenly Orianna split pushed 2 turrets. Why that was all happening. Got a massive amount of gold pushed into her. Suddenly the highest levels person in this game. But Thresh again getting caught out.
Lemonade might be in a bit of trouble here. He's forced to use the cage, but that is going to be enough to push back 2400. But look at Michael. He's in there as well. There's a teleport coming from Orianna. The huge showstopper into the backline. Deathmark is being called. Haymaker there as well. Wild Growth being called on 2400 as well. Shockwave will only connect with 1. But the Noxian is going to go down. Look at the damage coming out from Tristana. T1 Teddy popping off. 2400 is going to take down. But T1 Teddy jumps in aggressively. That's not going to be enough.
Well, the Baron obviously there, but losing all these members is so bad.
Get pulled in. Loco de Coco's going golden, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Dextrock's doing what he can, but Loco de Coco is going to be able to walk out. Heaps of damage coming out there. Dextrock is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I don't know how he got out there, but he's going to manage to walk away. Maybe Zed flashing in. Can he find it? Oh my lord. He's actually going to pick up the kill with just 100 health available in that mid lane, and Mount Gravatt turning absolutely nothing into something. They lose the Baron to it from a steal from Lee Sin, but they turn the momentum with a fantastic team fight in the jungle. Absolutely incredible They're going to be able to also pick up the Dragon. Third Drake going to the side of them. 20% cooldown reduction on their ultimates as well as the Mountain coming in. We're actually just going to take a quick break though. We've just got Cooper over here is desynced, so we're going to try to get back to you in a few moments. Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. I've been told to keep going here. We don't have too much happening after the Baron and the Dragon go down. But now, it's just kind of going to reset in terms of the game state. 1k gold advantage for DLSL, but then the Dragons are on the side of Mount Gravatt. So they will have a bit of an advantage in terms of the Dragons, but because it's a Cloud Soul, not really as important as the gold lead for me. A 1k gold episode. Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, at this stage in the game, because it's a bit later on, I'd say the Dragons are more important, even if it is a Cloud Soul. But in terms of team composition, I'd say DLSL are favourite at this point in the game. They have a bit more of the scaling. They have a bit more of the front-to-back team fight. So if they do continue to scale up with the Orianna, the Jinx, it'll be very, very hard for them to take the game. But just have to see what they're going to do. Not much macro just right now. The shove coming into each of the lanes. Darius is in the top lane, trying to get himself some solo XP. So obviously not going into that lane to try to contest him, learning from his mistakes. Just going to keep shoving that top lane. Multiple members in mid, so typically you have just on a bot here, but going to try to get the mid lane prior for the objectives that may be coming up soon. But
Sorry for dipping out a little bit there, Hedgie. I did desync and as I do say that, we're back in. Look at Dextrox, he's in a lot of trouble, but the going golden there is going to come in clutch. Deathmark not going to be able to stop a good shockwave, getting 2 members there, but look at T1 Teddy jumping very aggressively in, going to be able to jump out though. Lemonade with 4 members of the team on him. Prodigy is trying to help, but he's got so many members here. T1 Teddy might go down, but 2400 will block the zap. 2400 is going to block the guillotine, but the showstopper in the back line. 2400 is still doing so much work, but Loco de Coco is going to absolutely decimate this poor Mount Gravatt. Wowee.
Wow.
Orianna coming through with so much damage just then.
The 3 minutes should go on, there's not a single team fight. The instant you come back, there's a team fight. Orianna getting that massive advantage from those 2 towers and on all the waves she's pushed throughout this game. She's taken 3 towers just solo by herself, getting so much gold, getting so much XP into her, and doing so well to get so many of these kills. Massive in that team fight, doing so much damage on the backline. They weren't able to focus out well enough, and now Jinx takes over. She's going to be able to pick up 2 inhibs here. DLSL put themselves in a very, very strong position. And it kind of looked good for a while there for Mount Gravatt. I really thought they were actually going to win that team fight. They get the first pick on the Lee Sin. They continue that on the Thresh, but just not able to get those key targets in the Orianna and the Jinx, and they suffer because of it.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it before in our previous fights that Prodigy was the one to watch, and I'd like to think that Loco de Coco has just slipped through the cracks and has just started pumping out this damage. They just didn't focus him enough, and obviously can't sleep on Mokel's huge showstopper onto 2400 into the backline. That did a heap of damage and really brought a lot of the attention to him, and then that just meant the Loco de Coco could free hit really, and obviously you've been highlighting that he's done heaps of work here in the fact that these single, like you said, he's pushed these towers solo. He pushed all of bot lane. He pushed that second tower in the mid lane. It really opened up Mount Gravatt's base here, and it's really starting to pressure them a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Now the Dragon gonna be coming up. That could be the soul for Mount Gravatt. If they are able to pick that up, they do have some really key ultimates that work really, really well with the Cloud Soul. So if Darius does manage to actually pick that one up, he's going to be a monster. If he gets 1 reset, he's going to be able to really, really speed around the enemy composition. Might just kind of erase the fact that they've got the Jinx and the Orianna for the scaling, and we'll have to see if they're able to pick that one up, because
What
that could be
period?
really, really important. But I think with the waves pushing in, it's just going to be really, really hard for them to contest. They're trying to lay a trap in this Baron pit, but I
Yeah,
think
they're
the
trying to be bush boys. There's
okay,
no one there.
drop bears.
Yeah. Prodigy's going to be able to see this though, but they do have a red ward there. So obviously the Jinx ultimate is a massive ultimate for taking down objectives. Ooh, they do see 4 members collapsing now.
No.
Dr. Asian China is going to be able to just walk out. Shockwave will not connect with anyone. T1 Teddy going so heavy in on Prodigy there. Buster shot used on Dextrox. Lots of damage coming out there. 24. Oh, but look at the base. Local is looking to end the game. 4250, sorry, is going to use the death mark. This is a 1v1 showstopper right there as well. Haymaker not going to connect, but the 42050 damage is so big. T1 Teddy's sidestepping, but could use the cleanse on the death sentence. But look at 2400 running to the back line. Dr. Dog respect there as well. T1 is going to jump straight in. The wild growth is still available, is used, but it's not going to stop. Tristana going down. 3 members of this team still up, and that is 4 members down, with Loco Doco able to pump out more damage and keep his team in the lead.
Even with the massive Darius E, that is not able to find the fight, not enough damage to burst through multiple targets. Tristan is more of a one-punch attacker. She can't burn through multiple members. And right now, it's just going to look like the end of the game for De La Salle. They've done so well to come back into this game, facing a Baron down, but they are...
They're hedging too. De La Salle.
What a game. Right, we
Huge
really
game.
thought Mount Gravatt at multiple stages. We're just going to take that one. Having the Baron got smarted away, but they, even after that, they take a big team fight. They had Dragon advantage for most of the game, doing a really, really good job to get their win conditions going with the Zed and the Darius. But just in the end, Loco Doco using split push to his advantage, getting so much gold into himself, just being an absolute monster in those team fights, doing so much damage. I mean, he hit one major shockwave, but it was much more the continuous damage he was providing. That was really, really big for his team. And at the end of the day, DLSL do take this one, and a really, really good performance. Mainly by Loco, but some really, really hero plays coming in from Dextrox, and I think even Prodigy having some big damage in some of those team fights as well.
Yeah, looking at the damage here as well, Hedgie, the 2400, sorry, max damage with almost 27,000 damage, and that's massive, seeing as the next person was Prodigy at not even 21,500. So smashing the damage, but like you said, just could not pull it out. I mean, obviously he did have that lane where he was up against a set that you could really just throw damage into, but yeah, like you've said already, that Loco de Coco played an exceptional game of being that almost underdog that was 1-1 at one point, and then just come through these last 2 team fights to be 7-1 and 9, and really changed the tide of those team fights as well, with a couple of really great shockwaves and just pure damage as well. And I think we are going to thank Optus as well as our other what's the word I'm looking for here, Hedgie? Sponsors and Torrens University as well. I was thinking sponsors. I forgot the word for sponsors. That's Optus and Torrens University of Australia, as well as Billy Blue College, for our MVP, which is obviously going to be Loco to De Coco, which, as we've been chatting about, has had a massive game, 7 kills, 9 assists, and really did turn the tide of some of those fights.
Hey, you gotta also respect some other performances from the team. You know, the big Lee Sin Smite Steal as well, doing a really, really good job there. Without that, you know, where would they've been with all that gold? And even said, like, I know it sounds really silly, but, you know, not having the best game, but the fact that he didn't tilt into Oblivion, and he did manage to kind of stabilize that in some of the team fights, hitting some really, really impactful ultimates and playing them well, was a really, really good sign for his team. And I think that's you know, a lot of the time, you know, you can't carry every single game. So sometimes you just got to be that rock, you know, you got to be solid. You got to do your job, particularly on these tankier champions where their base, you know, abilities and pretty good. So doing a good job there as well. So yeah, and really overall good performance. But yeah, definitely Loco having a
100%. I mean, he had to be that front line so that the back line could do what they did. But last, we are going to take a very short break, but a massive congratulations to La Salle College, who are reigning from New South Wales for their win over Mount Gravatt State High School. We will take a very, very short break, but we'll be back with game number 2, which will be the Canberra College versus the Cleveland District State High School. So do not go anywhere. Games are up next.